Dean narrowed his eyes and thought that this retarded idiot did not know that the status of a royal guest extended to only one person. They could punish Julian after he left. The man shuddered, looking at the boy. The hero grinned menacingly. The dean quickly lowered his head and thought that he was trying to say that he would finish him off if he pulled some trick. Lloyd looked at his brother and hurried him. They walked down the corridor together. The boy glanced sideways at the hero and asked where they were going. The brown-haired man replied that they needed to go to the administrative center so that the young man could take an academic leave. He turned around in surprise at his brother, who had stopped. Julian frowned and asked how far he was going to go to satisfy his ego. Now they would put even more pressure on him at the academy, and he wouldn't be allowed to study either. The other man smiled and replied that it would be hard for him to study in such an environment anyway, so he should cool down and start training. Lloyd grinned and said that there was a saying that the best way to build muscles was through physical labor. Night had fallen on the royal palace, the rooms of important guests. Xavier looked at the boy sitting opposite him and asked him to think about Mr. Lloyd's advice because it would lead to good results. The child objected that it was about his good-for-nothing brother. The knight looked at his interlocutor intently and asked if he didn't trust his words either. Julian stared at him in surprise. The swordsman told him that the hero had single-handedly dealt with a mega-titan and even withstood a deadly blow. The aristocrat had built a road and a water supply system, and had also started mining coal in the mines and made friends with wild orcs. The young man listened in shock. The knight added that Lloyd had managed to pay off most of the baron's unbearable debt, and had achieved all this single-handedly. The warrior looked at the boy and asked him to trust him. Now it was his older brother who ran the estate. The hero froze in the hallway, reaching for the door handle. He rubbed his nose in embarrassment, hearing the knight's words. Julian sat down on the couch and replied that he really wanted to believe his words, but it was hard to accept that this alcoholic and asshole had changed so much. The interlocutor agreed that the gentleman was stupid and arrogant. The child said that his brother was real trash. The swordsman added that it was hard to believe that he was even